Good evening. I think I'm live now. Yes, so today I wanted to come on and talk about spirituality, really, because I have put together a diploma in spiritual hypnotherapy, and I thought it was really important to share with you a little bit about why. I noticed that through the pandemic times, COVID and all of that stuff that happened a long time ago, it feels like a long time ago now, but I really saw an awakening around the people that I hang out with. People were seeking spaces for prayer, for spiritual growth, and it's not so much they were looking for religion, they were looking for spirituality and connection. But it's great, isn't it? You think you've found the solution to life and you get on this spiritual path, but it's not easy. It's not an easy journey. And I think one of the first challenges that I have come across is consistency and discipline. And I'm looking over here because I made some notes. I wouldn't forget to say certain things. So we need a little bit of consistency, and we need a little bit of practice, and to have that we need a little bit of motivation, we need a little bit of drive. We get busy with life, we get busy with life's distractions, we get busy with all of the stuff that's going on in the world around us. We live in this fast-paced digital world, and I have been using this little app that I'm talking to you on now quite a lot more than normal, and I have needed to put my phone down and get out into nature and go do some extra practice, because I've noticed that my mind is quite busy and quite full because I've been using this more. Also, we might just feel a bit knackered, a bit tired, and we might just put practices off. Because of that, we might experience laziness or apathy even, particularly when there's an initial excitement about getting involved with spiritual practices and spiritual growth and spiritual development, and then we realise actually it's not that exciting. It's about being quiet quite a lot, it's about going inward quite a lot, it's about doing the work, and that can feel quite heavy on your own. Then we've got lots of internal obstacles that we come up against, so things like our ego kicks in, or we've got loads of doubts in our lives, like we doubt ourselves quite a lot as well. And spiritual growth often involves confronting those aspects, those parts of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that hold on to fear, the parts of ourselves that hold on to insecurities, the parts of ourselves that need to control everything or every aspect of our lives. And when we start confronting these parts of ourselves, it can lead us to spaces of real darkness and real periods of self-doubt, really intense self-doubt, and we can even question, do I even have the ability or even the desire to continue on this spiritual growth pathway. Also, when we're on that spiritual journey and we start doing the work, that spiritual awakening quite often comes with an awakening or a deepening awareness of the stuff that we've been through in our lives, the stuff that's buried beneath the surface, some of those unresolved traumas, the old patterns and old behaviours, old fears, old phobias. And it can be quite painful, even confusing, to kind of experience that and go through that. It can lead to lots of sort of emotional turmoil, stress, anxieties, worries, even sort of depression. We need immense courage to confront one's own shadow and do that work. Another thing that tends to certainly came up, I'm talking very personally here, certain things that came up for me was negative thinking and judging myself, comparing myself to others, being quite judgmental of myself. I do love a good judge of others as well, I'll be honest. It's there in me. I've got that dark side. That judgmental, that critical mindset, whether it is towards myself or other people, can also be a real block to spiritual growth. It certainly is a barrier to compassion. It's a barrier to love. I've just been doing some metta meditation this afternoon, and sending love out to people that I don't really like very much, and expanding that practice. It's not easy. Sending love out to people who we don't agree with, who have hurt us. This spiritual growth is not the beautiful experience that it's sold to us as. Quite often it's challenging. I think also when we go through these quite dynamic changes in our lives, and we get this awakening, we get this awareness, we can end up feeling really lonely, quite isolated. We might even lack a sense of connection or community. And as our spiritual beliefs evolve, as our practices evolve, that can actually create more feelings of isolation if we're not hanging out with the tribe of people who are believing and feeling the same as us. So finding like-minded communities and getting good guidance and good support can be really difficult too. Relationships can be a source of great strength, but they can also be really challenging as well. You know, if our friends or family members do not understand us or think we've gone a bit mental, then you know, they might be quite critical of us or quite dismissive of us. That can really cut us deep, and it can really hurt us, and it can make it really challenging to maintain your personal spiritual practice and spiritual growth. I think finding a true path, finding the right path for us as individuals, can be really confusing when there's such a massive array, a vast array of spiritual teachings and traditions and loads of different teachers available. It can be really overwhelming, it can be really confusing, it can be quite difficult to discern what's true for us, what's right for us, and sometimes you can get a sense that you're spiritual shopping without any real deep commitment to a particular path, and that can also feel quite like overwhelming and challenging. And I certainly think that spiritual growth and spiritual development is, you know, sold to us as this like beautiful, peaceful. You do get beautiful and peaceful and all that stuff as well, but I think really we kind of want instant results. We want instant fix. We want dramatic awakenings. We want an experience, and we can feel quite and frustrated and irritated when we're not having those experiences in life. And I think the feeling that is common that I see in my clients is, I'm just disappointed. I've had this spiritual awakening, I've looked into all of these things, I feel a bit overwhelmed, I feel a bit disconnected, I feel quite isolated, and I'm disappointed with this spiritual experience, this awakening that I'm having, because I think we romanticize the spiritual awakening, and I don't think we're always that honest or prepared for some of the painful things that happen when we do that inner work, the sense of failure, the setbacks, the dark night of the soul that we often talk about, and quite often there's loads of these amazing social media platforms. I'm on one right now talking to you about spiritual awakening. There's quite a lot of people just talking about how wonderful they feel and how peaceful they feel and how amazing they feel, and we kind of look at their journey and think, my spiritual journey, my spiritual growth journey has been rough. I've had to really look at some dark stuff in my head and in my heart, and I've had to deal with some really, really challenging stuff, and there's parts of me that are driving me to do certain things that I don't like, and I feel a bit disconnected from my higher self. I feel a bit disconnected from my guides, from spirit, whatever it is that you call earth, grounding, those sorts of practices, meditation practices. Maybe you're struggling to get into that mindfulness, gain mindfulness from your meditation practices. Whatever it is that you're going through, you quite often need to work with somebody who's trained to be able to help you and guide you, and that is what the aim of the practitioner diploma in spiritual hypnotherapy aims to do. It aims to first of all meet with the client and find out about their spiritual awakening and their journey and what they're going on, because as a student you'll train in a variety of different spiritual practices. You'll have a look at a variety so that you have an understanding of how to work with those clients, and then through working with higher self, with guides, through animal guides, spirit guides, through channeling, through just connecting with the deeper parts of yourself, we'll be able to draw from the subconscious to the conscious realm some of the answers, some of the suggestions will help you to connect with parts of yourself, nurture parts of yourself, and experience and get on that path, and that spiritual path, and stay on that spiritual path of growth. And so that's why I created the course, to help people like me who've gone on that journey of spiritual awakening, going, hang on, where's the feeling of I've climbed to the top of a mountain and feel amazing? Where's that feeling gone? Because it's real and it's gritty and it can be hard. So this course is about helping people to stay on that journey and to continue to grow and develop. And now it is packed with amazing tools and techniques. There are clinical tools and techniques in there, as well as more spiritual tools and techniques within that course. And if you'd like to join the training, then I recommend that you sign up for our September intake. It's free for the first 7 days, so you can kind of familiarise yourself with it. Join the Trance Tribe, which is my amazing supportive community. They're a gorgeous bunch of people. Some are trained, some are learning, some have been trained for years and are supporting in there as well. We're all learning all the time, and there's this lovely space to talk woo spiritual stuff if you want, or to talk more clinical if that's what you need. So you join my beautiful community. You can also attend our meditation sessions on a Thursday, our peer supervision on a Friday, our masterclasses on a Monday. There's practice space and hypno huddles through the week. That's where our peers, students, graduates, colleagues come together to practice different techniques. This week everyone's practicing parts therapy. It's just wonderful to see therapists supporting therapists and working with therapists and really enhancing their skill set with each other. And then once a month on a Sunday from 10 till 4, we do a deep dive into the techniques. We're going to cover the foundation techniques at the end of September, and then November we have December off. January, February and March we'll be looking at those different modules, and we'll take a deep dive into the techniques and practice them. All of the training is the academic stuff is on an e-learning platform. The practice, the masterclasses, the practice spaces, the hypno huddles, the day deep dive meeting master sessions, and all the other bits and pieces, they are all on Zoom. And then in November we have our convention where we all come together and meet face to face, and then in spring next year we have our retreat where we all come together again and meet face to face to practice and learn even more of the more advanced techniques. That's it. You get all of that for free. It's all included. It's a subscription. You pay £95 a month. That get to your supervision, professional clinical supervision, peer supervision, hypno huddle practice spaces, masterclasses, peer supervision, I think I've said already, the meet and master training days, and also access to the convention in November and the retreat, the learning retreat in spring, all in for £95. It's really, really flexible. If you're interested, ping me a message. No doubt there's plenty of links to the website, Northern College of Clinical Hypnotherapy. It's on for 7 days for free, so if you want to get in and have a look at it, you can join the group, immerse yourself in it, see if it's for you, get a week to do that, and then we'll meet for the first meet and master at the end of September. So exciting. It's a really, really, I'm biased, but it's a really, really useful course that helps people on that journey of spiritual growth. I'd love to support you, to support other people. If that's like your cup of tea, let me know and come and join the Trans Tribe. Thank you so much for watching today.